Morning. Okay, so I'm going to do my outlooks for GU and EU. I'll probably split it into two videos actually. Start doing that so it's a bit more clear if someone just wants one outlook. So yeah, looking at the daily, I was thinking, right, this is going to fail. I've wanted this pullback for ages, and it just seems to just keep going up. So wanted the pullback, but it's pulled. I wanted the pullback. Could be happening. Could be happening. Is that what's going to happen? But I kind of went off that idea because it just kept marching up. So I'm like, right, it's just going to keep marching up. I've not had the best actually with the market this year. I know those of you that have been in here for a while. Last year I were killing it. I don't know what's happened to me. Maybe outside distractions or things like that. But yeah, so we're basically looking at. I don't really use I use the RSI on the lower time frame, but we've started to have a sell here, and then we come here and we're in this demand, but we're getting lower on the RSI. So that could have been a little indicator for me that okay, maybe it's going to go down. I was thinking this, but I was half hoping that we would get I don't know just a push up. I just think with the amount that it's pushed up that we should be getting some of these revisited. It just makes sense that it'd revisit some of these because when's that been since like a full month? This full month has just gone straight up. So it's a bit of a hard one to read. I keep on the intraday stuff, I'm like, okay, this is going to happen, and it doesn't. So a bit of a pain in the ass. But we had this. I thought we was going to be able to trade from here. I thought we was going to be able to trade from here. We did get that reaction, and that's now failed. So to me, okay, now we could be going bearish. But just look at it. Just look at the candles. Like, where can you get in on here? There's really nowhere to get in. So it's quite hard to pick a point to get into trade. Could just keep going down. So yeah, it's very hard of how it's going to be. So it could just pull up like you could say this was one here, but yeah, it's gone straight up and then straight down. Really nowhere to trade from. I don't really like the British pound at the minute, so it's just one of them things. Not the best. So now I head to the 15-minute again. Where could you trade from? Let's start getting a reaction. Okay, this could you say that's gonna sweep this low here? Could sweep that low and get a reaction. Yeah, so it's swept that now. Looks like we are getting a reaction anyway. So it has swept it. Looks like we're getting a reaction. So it's just hard to choose where to trade from at the moment. I like flip zones. Like where can you say this is a flip zone? You could say that. So we had a reaction there. That caused a reaction. That caused a reaction. And you've got this here. Well, it's just messy. I just don't like it. So we could say that caused that. So if in here, could you say you've got that? Possibly. So For me today, I'm just going to look. We've had this sweep now. I'm just going to think it's going to pull up to here. But it is NFP week, so anything could happen. But don't be surprised if it reacts from something here. So my prediction is bearish. Yeah, my prediction is bearish. It's just where will it trade lower from? Will it come to here? I'm going to put a little alert on this um, to see if it could trade from there. I've had all this, like I've had a flip zone. It's just not good, is it? You could say this was a flip zone in here, really. So we've had all that reactions and that failed, so we didn't take liquidity really, did it? Kinda did it? Yeah, so that kind of swept that liquidity there, then come down, right? So, okay, I'm gonna put a limit order on there as well. But do we have high impact news today? Thursday, unemployment claims, ISM, and then we've got non farm payroll NFP tomorrow. So just be wary about that. So yeah, where will it trade lower from? This one or that one? Will it just blast through them? Because I'm having a nightmare at the minute. Choosing the decision, but that's my thought theory. Because maybe some of you see it and they're just like it's just banging arrows on it, and it doesn't make any sense. But this is why I'm going to start doing like little videos in the Outlook in the morning because it's not just having a guess. Sometimes I will say, yeah, it's just having a guess because there's no really saying me it's going to go up or down. But for me, we've had demand start failing. We've had these demand start failing. We've had supplies hold, supplies hold, supplies hold. Where can it trade lower from? It could, if it wants to go up, it could have took its target out. It might have no reason for lower prices, but we've got the lower the previous week that still needs to get taken if it wants to take that. Is that the liquidity it's searching for? Like that's what I always ask, where's the liquidity that needs to be taken? So we've had obviously demand's failing, CPB's failed, got flip zones to trade from up here. And where's the target? If it is going to go up, where does it need to take out? Will it need to take out some more of this leg? Will it need to come down here and then start going up? I don't know. That's one of the beauties of trading. Like I said, we've had all this. We've had a straight up, straight down. So does it need to revisit some of this liquidity? Does it need to take this low here if it wants to go back up? This demand here looks like it's going to fail. Well, it has failed already. It's swept. So did it need to actually sweep this to then go up? This is the things you've got to ask yourself every day. You've got to be open to both sides. Like I just think it's going to go down just from the overall. Like we've rocketed up here, left no signs for liquidity. We've been absolutely been storming up. The dollar's been absolutely terrible this year. But the British pound's not been that. Our economy's not been too good. And then we swept that. We finally swept that, and then we started to get a bit of a reaction. So I'm like, okay, maybe this will start coming down. That's my idea for that. And then I've got to use the lower time frames to paint that picture for me. I'm coming to the daily. Okay, now we've had that. I did like I said the other day, I think this is going to go up because it just every time I said it was going to go down, it didn't. It just seemed to go further up. But now I'm like, okay, a bit of an RSI indication of a sold, and then got higher and then got lower, and then we've pushed away. So it's like, right, okay, is this going to be a few bearish days? Reclaim some of this liquidity. 4 hour, 4 hours now swept to demand. So I'm like, okay, it swept that demand. Is it going to come higher to then trade somewhere lower? Nowhere really to trade in this leg. So that's where it gets difficult. Where we're going to trade from. few flip zones in here to trade from. Could trade from that. Could trade from that. If I'm wanting to go lower, is it just going to sweep this and there's that all it needs to take to then just keep going higher? These are what you've got to ask yourself every day. So just be wary things like that. This is what I do. I don't just come on in the morning and look and think, yeah, it's going to go down, and just bang a chuffing arrow on. So yeah, right. I'm gonna wrap this. I'm gonna wrap this prediction up, outlook up for GU, and I will jump on EU now, and I'll see you in that video.